Welcome back to another video on a day in my life as a trader. So recently I have a weekly day-to-day activity of my workouts. So while I'm here in school, I don't actually go to the gym, but while I'm at home, I do go to the gym. So I didn't want that to actually be an excuse. That's why I love working out, and I created this home workout exercise schedule. Now, among having great physique, among one of the benefits of having good physique due to workout and exercise, I think one of the reasons why I love working out a lot is because anytime I feel down, let's say I'm not really having the motivation to work, because honestly, in everything you do, you're not going to have that motivation every single day to work. There are some days you're just going to be lazy. Okay? Even not physical lazy, there are some days where you don't just have the mental strength to go about that work. And that's the reason why I love doing exercise, because after this workout, I just have this self-motivation to actually continue my work and to keep pushing. And honestly, you should really try your best to actually work out either in the gym or at home, because I feel like even though you have the benefits of physical fitness, there are still a lot of benefits when it comes to your mental health. If you're actually working out, it just helps you relax. Okay, so if you're not doing workout, you probably should start doing it. So the market didn't actually move much this week, and the fact that I'm actually focused on trading both Nasdaq and BTC, it just makes me to actually wait and spend less hours with the chart this week, because I didn't actually do a lot of analysis. I just had one analysis on Nasdaq, and the market, as of now, the market has not even tapped that entry yet. So this week I'm actually relaxing and just analyzing and waiting to see what next week have. Before I give you guys a trade breakdown, I just want to talk about these journals. I have like 10 to 7 of them, and this one was actually the first one that I bought when I started to trade in 2023. And you can see that from when I started out to trade, I've actually been trading with SMC. I've been using smart money concept to trade for a very long time. I just learned to refine it ever since then. But I started journaling on this few months after I actually started trading. Okay, and you can see I wrote my entry. I wrote a lot of things. But honestly, generally a trade like this in the long run does not really help, because since 2025 and today, this is actually the few time I've come back to this journal. So generally a trade like this in the long run does not really help on Nasdaq, and this is the only analysis I did this week because I did not actually see any opportunity in BTC this week. So I'm actually expecting the market to come and clear this trend line liquidity from the 4-hour time frame. From the 4-hour time frame, right? And now if you look at the daily time frame, you're going to see that, let me delete this one. When price respected this daily support level, and market was actually going to the upside, this right here gave us a market structure shift in the daily time frame, and now that market structure shift, the POI for that market structure shift is this other block here, this other block. And then the liquidity, which is the inducement, is actually this long wick that we have here. So my target is for price to actually come and tap into this daily order block level, and then if there are any reversal from here, I can start buying to the upside. But before then, I'm still looking for sell. So let me go down to the 4-hour time frame. Let me go back to the 4-hour time frame. So remember, this is where I'm actually targeting the price to get to first. Then any reaction from there before I will know what to do next. But then in the 4-hour time frame, I remember I said I think in my last video, that how you know if price is actually going to continue in that direction is purely break of structure. And you can see that price actually did a break of structure of this previous low. Price did a break of structure, not a liquidity sweep. And this break of structure, it means that if price is going to respect any order block or breaker block as a resistance level, if price is going to respect it, it means that the next target for market to go would be to create another lower low, which is to clear this previous low. So all I needed to do to actually get this analysis was I waited for price to come tap into this breaker block. Now when price tapped into this breaker block, I went down to the lower time frame. I did the analysis from the 15 minutes time frame before this candle actually showed up. But even in the 1-hour time frame, you can see the entry already. But let me go down to the 15-minute time frame. Now in the 15-minute time frame, we can see that this is the candle that mitigated that higher time frame breaker block. Now when this mitigated the higher time frame breaker block, the next thing we saw was a market structure shift. Now the very market structure shift, you can spot the very first market structure shift is this market structure shift that we have here. But even if you're going to spot the major market structure shift, so if you pick here as the minor market structure shift, this other block is going to be a point of interest, while this is also a market structure shift. Or let's say, since this is a market structure shift, a break of structure, okay, this can act as the break of structure. So if this is the break of structure, you get to pick here this O candle, this order block and breaker block. You should be a consolidated, both order block and breaker block. You can pick them as your point of interest. But here's how I analyzed it. Picked here as the market structure shift. Then after the market structure shift, we had this inducement and then confirming the inducement, we have the break of structure. So if I go back to the 1 hour time frame, you're going to see that in the 1 hour time frame it is even more clear in the 1 hour time frame, because in the 1 hour time frame, what we have here is we have the MSS here, market structure shift. We have the inducement, the first pullback, and then validating it as an inducement, we have this break of structure. So we have a break of structure here. We have the IDN. Then right here we have the MSS. So I was actually waiting for price to come tap into this other block before making this down movement. But price consolidated around this place. I've been on this trade, I think since on Monday or Tuesday. I've been on this trade. Market just consolidated and then market start moving to the downside without tapping the point of interest. So as it is now, to me, I can, let's say this trade, it's already invalid to me, because the further the trade move away from your entry, okay, the further the trade move away from your entry, the more invalid the trade is going to be. So if the trade is almost at your take profit level, the area that you are targeting for your take profit level, and the market is coming back to my entry, in most cases I will not take that trade again. In most cases I will not take that trade again, because I just love it. Like in a case like this, immediately price create the inducement, after moving further away, you just come back, tap into the point of interest before making the remove. Those are the trades that I like taking the most. So that is just, I'm going to put a picture of the before of this trade so you can actually see it. And so that's it. I think this week I'm not actually taking any trade, because this is the trade I supposed to take this week.